to welcome here for the welcoming remarks. We have here Sri Santosh Kumar Paudel, the Deputy Sub-Regional Director of Asia Pacific 1. Once again, give a round of applause to our Sri Santosh Kumar Paudel, Deputy Sub-Regional Director of Family Federation for World Peace and Unification, Asia Pacific 1. Once again, give a round of applause.
Thank you so much, Mr. Birendra Shrestha, the Vice President of YSP South Asia. I'm so proud to see him as a very rising leader in this region. So first of all, I would like to greet the Vice President of our region and also leaders and dynamic youth, Dr. Tang Kim Suri. And I would like to greet here the presenter, Dr. Edgar Tanate, Sri Krishna Adhikari, and from the England, Sir David, and from Nepal, Sri Prakash Thapa sir, and all our great leaders. Maybe I have a limited time, so I respect all and I love everyone. And also, I'd like to greet our YSP South Asia President, Mr. Rup Singh Mandari. So today, we began 2 days workshop, and then almost last 2 workshops, more than 250 young people joined, and they gave such a deep desire to learn further about this education. That's why we serve this 2 days workshop. And actually, the content itself from the presenter will give you the great satisfaction. I am pretty sure you will surely like it, because this education is the foundation for our life. When I joined this movement, when I first listened this principle of peace, the value of marriage and family, honestly, I am so moved. That's why I spent more than 2 decades on this movement. So actually, when we grow up in family and then we have many friends and relatives, everyone has own thoughts, own idea, and you got so many advice. But when I was young, I was truly looking for the genuine, the ideas that help my life to understand myself, to understand my family, to understand this world. Actually, these 2 days workshop, the content our presenter will share to you is not their own idea. So this is coming from true parents, founder, Dr. Sun Myung Moon and Hak Jahan Moon. Actually, when you listen this principle content, you will surely realize we run our life what feed in our mind. Sometime, now social media, so many ideas in the society. So our children, our young people are feed so many fancy idea, variety of ideas. But honestly, my brothers and sisters, today You listen the genuine, the divine thought, inspiration that feed you in your mind, and that will so helpful our life on earth. So thank you for coming, and then in spite of your busy schedule, you came and you invest your time here, and I'm truly grateful. So I hope you will listen today 2 hours, and then tomorrow 2 hours, and then you will be our family. Pandemic will be over, and then you will be invited different country based on your interest and your desire and your will. God really wants you and needs you. So today I invited Dr. Tang Kim Surya, my friend from Cambodia. He accepted our request. So I'm so grateful for his presence, and so many elders here like Sir David. He's the great educators, mentors for us. So thank you, our national leaders from 7 nations, for your hard work and encouragement to join this workshop. So today, I really want to convey the message of our President Damien Dunkley, who is the President of our region, Asia Pacific One. He really want our young people prepare themselves for the good marriage, for the good relationship in their life, so that they could build their life, beautifully. No regret, always with the good memories, with the purpose of life, understanding purpose of life. So thank you everyone, all my youth. You are the diamond, you are the hero, you are the future. Thank you. I conclude my welcome remarks. God bless you. Thank you very much.
2018-2020, Dr. Kim Sri served as a Vice President of International Association of Youth and Students for Peace, Asia Pacific, and served as President of IAYSP Cambodia, as well as served as a Vice President of FFW Cambodia. From 2018 to 2019, he served as a National Coordinator for the doctorate program of Kim Sri Study of Oil, University of Phnom Penh, Cambodia. In November 2020, Dr. Kim Sri was appointed as a Regional Vice President of Family Federation for World Peace and Unification and the President of International Association of Youth and Students for Peace, Asia Pacific One. So it's time to hear the very remarkable, the special remarks from our President for his speech. So now give a round of applause to our very energetic, dynamic leader, Dr. Tang Kim Sri.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you very much for a very nice introduction from our handsome MC, Mr. Berendra. That is amazing. Thank you very much. I receive a lot of love. And good afternoon to our beloved brother and sister in South Asia, Nepal, India, Bhutan, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. Amazing. Good afternoon. Namaste. Greeting from Kingdom of Cambodia. So we are really neighboring country, and today is my privilege and my honor to be with you to share my humble message to you on behalf of our President Damien Dunkley, the President of the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification in Asia Pacific One. He would be very delighted to come together with you, I believe, but he on the mission, on the journey for crossing the world. So today he can't take that chance. So on behalf of him, I would like to send his warm heart and warm love to every one of you, especially the young participant today who is spending tremendous and your great time together with us. Thank you very much. And I also would like to say thank you for the organizing committee, Reverend Mr. Santos Kumar Pudel, the Deputy Sub-Regional Director of South Asia. And also would like to say thank you and to Dr. Edgar, the international lecturers. And also I would like to say good afternoon to our brothers, Brother Bandari, the YSP President of South Asia. And also would like to say good afternoon to our brothers Prakash, the President of Family Federation for World Peace in Nepal, and also our brother Krishna Adkidkari, the President of Family Federation India and Secretary General of UPF India, and also to our elder brothers, Mr. David McLachlan, who are joined together with us. Of course, good afternoon to everyone who have participated today through this virtual Zoom two-day workshop. And I am very delighted, personally, I'm happy to be with you. And this is my privilege and my great honor. So I would like to share very few words together with you from our two mothers, our two parents, the founder of the Family Federation, the founder of UPF, and the founder of the YSP. So as a YSP, we are together as a young family across the world, across the globe. So we come together today to join this very important two-day workshop. And I believe you are ready and you want to challenge yourself and you want to upgrade into the next level, as our brothers, Mr. Santosh Kumar Pudel already share about the intentions and the happiness it is you and how much he inspired from the teaching of the founder. So he keeps contributing to the society. So also in this regard, I believe every one of you who participate today also can get some particular inspiration and can carry on that inspiration for you, transform your life through this two-day workshop. So please take your time to attend to this important workshop and get out of everything that our lecturer prepared for you. So our founder once said that young people who are to lead the future must focus their mind, do well in their study, and lead life of sincere faith. Armed with the wisdom and practical experience, they can build upon the surpass their parents' filial heart for heaven. This is the word from our founder. So she wants us to be young people with the mindset that we are focused whatever we do. If we are studying, so we have to focus our studying. If we do the job, we have to focus our job. So we also have to focus to to bring that great joy for the society, for family, for the nation, and for the world. So she wants us to surpass our parent heart, our parents' love toward us. So she wants her to have bigger and bigger, that kind of Shojong heart. So that's why she always put a lot of investment in young people like us, and she never tired of investing in young people. That's why today is one of very humble event that we are organizing as a youth workshop together with family. That is really something beautiful, because in the world, only two of the fundamental foundation, that is the family and the young people, youth. So we educate the young people to become a family, and through that family, we can also support or establish or build everything, build a country, establish peace and happiness and prosperity. And she also add that when young people dedicated themselves for, to heavens with bodies and soul, no matter their position, they can become filial sons and daughters and patriots, remembered by our heavenly parents and all generations. Very simple. That is the message from our founder. She wants us as a young people to dedicate our physical, our bodies, and our soul, our mind, our hearts. So together as one unified body, mind and body. And then why we have to dedicate it? Why we have to devote it? For the sake of humankind, for the sake of others, for the sake of family, for the sake of nation, for the sake of the world. That is the fundamental foundation. And then through that, the Heavenly Parent, the Creator, will remember forever. Our parent will proud of us. Our neighbors, our societies, our nation will proud of us. And then we can live happily. That is the purpose of our existence, that our Heavenly Parent and two parents want us to be. That's why today, the workshop is very focusly want every young people, every one of us to connect to that purpose, and then we can live in that great happiness. So, and then from that perspective, I would like to also share. So we begin together as young people. So with that energy, with that hope and wish, so we can go together. So you are right now in India, in Nepal, in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives, and Bhutan, those 7 nations. Young people can combine together, work together harmoniously, and we can bring a great success for the South Asia and for your nation, and for your society, and for your family, and indeed for yourself. That is really amazing, and I wish every one of you success today for this 2-day workshop, and many great lecturers are waiting to give to you, to share to you, and interact with all of you. So please take your time to interact with them happily, and joyfully, and then we can go together. Amazing. Thank you very much, everyone. And I appreciate, I love you all. Thank you. Namaste.
I'd like to announce everyone. First of all, I'd like to request everyone, please kindly open your video. We want to see your handsome and beautiful face. We are going to take a very beautiful group picture. So first of all, I'd like to request everyone, please kindly open your video and please show your beautiful and handsome face. Thank you very much. So I'd like to request everyone, please do the peace, because we here to celebrate peace. Everyone say peace, 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 everyone, peace.
Peace.
Yes.
From
And
Pakistan.
next, I like to request, please make a heart. This is a love to all. We love you all. We love you. Happy. Everyone say happy. Happy.
Happy from Pakistan.
Wow. Very. We are so grateful. I like to request everyone, please kindly mute your mic because there is a background noise. So I like to request everyone, please kindly mute your audio. And one special announcement, we are going to give certificate to all the participants. So for that, I like to request all our national coordinator, please submit your participation name to our technical team. We have our Mr. Ravi. So he is the in charge for technical. So he will going to provide the certificate to all. So I like to request all our national coordinator, please kindly provide all the participants who joined today until before the program, please submit the name of all the participants. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So without much delay, so we will proceed forward for our main program. So today we are going to hear very special presentation, the lecture presentation from our Dr. Edgar T. Tanate. Everyone know him because we already attend his 2 presentation when we have our first 1-day workshop. So we have here Dr. Lecturer of Universal Peace Federation of Asia Pacific, and he is an educator, physician, military officer, martial artist, religious leaders, and he did the MBA in region with specialization of leadership in Antonio Professional School. He is a peace educator, peace advocate, lecturer in Philippines, Hong Kong, Thailand, Cambodia, and he gave lecture to your people more than 40 nations. So recently he is serving as an international coordinator of Sri Lanka and the international lecturer of Universal Peace Federation of Asia Pacific. So now, without much delay, I like to welcome our very energetic international lecturer, Dr. Edgar T. Tanate, for his lecture presentation on the topic, family tree and the blessing of family. Give a round of applause to our international lecturer, Dr. Edgar T. Tanate.
Yes, can you see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
So the title of my presentation today is about family tree and the marriage blessing. So welcome to the Youth for Peace and Family Workshop with the theme, Family is the School of Love and Peace. So today, I will present to you a topic that can really help us and support us to understand how important it is that we build a good family, a happy family, and a family that can contribute to world peace. As we know in the previous topic, we have learned that the family is the school of love. It is the place where we learn how to love, and it is the place that peace can start, in my own family. So once again, let's recognize the founders of Universal Peace Federation, Father Moon and Mother Moon. Yes, they are we consider them as our father and our mother. So welcome now to our lecture on the family tree and the marriage blessing. So there is this book entitled The Mysterious Family Tree. The author is Mr. Yunamine Masakatsu. So according to this book, he gathered over 10,000 families. There are like family tree, record of family trees. So in Japan, he gathered over 10,000 family trees. When you say family tree, it is like, uh, me and then my father and then grandfather. So that is like 3 generations of family tree. So he gathered this over 10,000 family trees, even up to 80 generations. No, other families even
Yung
reach
libasan
up to
dito
80
pumasla.
generations of records. And he made some kind of a study. In fact, in China and in Korea, family trees can be traced even up to 90 generations. Yeah. So he made a study about these family trees in over 10,000 families he investigated. So what are the sources of information? He gathered population registers, death registers, even visited the tombs and cemeteries, gathering birth records, even ancestors, past village records, and altogether gathered over 10,000 family trees. And in this 10,000 family trees, he discovered the 2 laws that governs the family tree. Number 1 law, he calls this the vertical and horizontal law for sons. For example, there is this great grandfather and the grandfather and the father. See that vertical line, right? So this vertical. And then this great grandfather, when he was alive on this earth, his life pattern is just like this. It's always like increasing and increasing, meaning he developed and developed until he died, right? So that is the like life pattern of this great grandfather. Then there is this grandfather whose life pattern is like almost only straight line, meaning no development, no problem, also only like a routine kind of a life. Maybe this grandfather is some kind of an employee, maybe, no? So not so much problem, but not so much development also. Then the father's life course is, oh my, down, sometimes up again, recover, go down, and then go up again. This that kind of life. And this researcher found out that the first son, the life course of the first son who's still alive on this earth, in fact, this great grandfather already died. So the life pattern of the first son followed that of the great grandfather. You can see that, right? Life pattern of the great grandfather. And then the life course of the second son followed that of the grandfather. Look at this one, this life pattern, same with this life pattern. And then the third son, because the father is still alive, is supposed to inherit from the immediate father. So he is in the unconfirmed transforming role. However, they found out that once the third son reached 30 years old, and then the father already died, then this third son, like what, follows the life course of the immediate father. You can see that, right? So, meaning the lives of the ancestors who are like we call consider vertical has affected the lives of the people on earth. This is one horizontal, no, still alive on earth. So that is what he discovered. No? However, in the case of the second law is talking more about the daughters. So in the case of daughters, fortune takes after the husband. So he discovered that the first daughter follows the life course of the immediate mother. Second daughter follows that of the grandmother. Third daughter follows that of the great grandmother. And then he found out that maternal lineage or the lineage of the mother will affect what? 30 to 50% of the fortune or the life pattern of the descendants, while the paternal lineage or the lineage of the father affects more than 50%. So it means that once the father lives a good life, then his effect is affecting his descendants more than 50%. So greater effect for the paternal lineage compared to the maternal lineage. So anyway, in the case of daughters, it's reversed, right? The first daughter goes to the inherit from the immediate mother. Second daughter to the grandmother, and so on and so forth. But in the son's case, it's different. No, it's opposite. So now, let's study now the case of the former prime ministers of Japan, specifically Fukuda and Nakasone, who became prime minister in 1976 and 1982. In the case of Fukuda, he came from a lineage of politicians. So the ancestor is like barangay captain or what we call village chief, no? Village chief. So the great grandfather is a village chief, a captain in the village, like a chief, a leader in the village. The grandfather, then his ancestor actually is still barangay captain, village chief, village chief, village chief. He himself became village chief. But at the time of grandfather, he worked harder, really served the people more. And so he did not become only barangay captain or village chief. He became what? Higher. He achieved a higher level of accomplishment. He became a mayor and even became what? The governor. No? The governor. And so this was inherited by the father, who also became mayor and governor. So among the vertical line of ancestors, who among this vertical line had a higher accomplishment? Who started the higher accomplishment? It is what? The grandfather. No, he is the one who became mayor and governor. All the ancestors above are only like village chief. So now, as you can look at the horizontal here, sons, 3 sons here, who among the 3 sons had the highest accomplishment? You can see here, the first son became mayor and governor, but the second son became prime minister of Japan, right? Third son became member of parliament. So who has the highest accomplishment among the 3 sons? We can say that it is the second son. Why? Because he inherited this fortune from the grandfather. You can see? So this means that if we live a good life now, we will be the ancestor of our descendants. Therefore, our descendants will experience good fortune from us if we live a good life now. That is in the case of Fukuda family tree. How about Nakasone family tree? In the case of Nakasone, he came from a lineage of farmers. In fact, the great-great-grandfather is a farmer. So, but the great-grandfather really not satisfied with being a farmer. He worked very hard and involved in some kind of a business. And finally, he became successful and he became what? Wealthy businessman. He became rich. No? This great-grandfather became rich, became wealthy businessman. And finally, down the line, it was inherited. So among the vertical ancestors here, who among them started a better inheritance, a better accomplishment? Who started? It is what? The great-grandfather, because he's the one who really changed this from farmer, changed to a better accomplishment, become rich like this. So among the 4 sons horizontally who are alive on the earth, no, since these ancestors already died, who has the highest accomplishment? You can see here the first son became the chairman and president of one big company. Second son became prime minister of Japan. Third son, no, not so much. Fourth son became mayor and governor. We can see here that among the four sons, the second son became prime minister. Why? Because he inherited this good fortune from the great grandfather. So, meaning our descendants will be successful, will be happy if we live a good life in our time today. Okay, so now there is something very interesting about here. The Fukuda and the Nakasone, lineage tells us very important lesson where the lives of ancestors definitely affects the lives of the people living here on earth in our time today. Okay, so let me show an example here. There is here a great-great-grandfather who is a famous literary figure. So let me give you, this one is a an example of good evil ancestor, no? A bad ancestor, evil ancestor. So this great-great-grandfather is a famous literary figure. And then, as you can see down the line here, this grandfather, being a chief governor, had three sons. And then this one of the son here became what? Famous literary figure. So why? Why? Because this person inherit this fortune from the great grandfather. So you see, this great grandfather actually had many women. He's a womanizer, and he killed one of the women and did not surrender. So he's a womanizer, he's a murderer, he's a killer. And then down the line here, we can see that one of his descendants, this is the first son, inherited from him based on vertical and horizontal law, 4 sons. So this person also became what? Famous literary figure, just like the ancestor who is what? Famous literary figure. You see? However, this person is what? Womanizer and a killer. But this person is really a good person. Good person. He's not killer. He's not a womanizer. Very good person. Why? Why? Why this descendant only inherited the good aspect, which is a famous literary figure, from this evil ancestor? Why? The researcher found out later that it is because the grandfather has a very good relationship with the wife. Being a chief governor, they really love each other. They really care for each other. Very good relationship with each other. And so they were able to raise up their 3 sons very well. And so the eldest son became a good person. Even though he's a famous literary figure, many women go to him, but he was able to control himself. And he became a good person. Right? However, you can see here very clearly that even though you have good evil ancestor, even though you have evil ancestor, if your papa and mama have very good relationship with each other, that good relationship between husband and wife will stop all the misfortune to go to the descendants. All the problems cannot go to descendants if husband and wife has good relationship. Only good things go to the descendants from the ancestor. So this is another situation. This person, being a famous literary figure, got married anyway, and then he had 4 sons. So based on the vertical and horizontal law for son, the youngest son is to inherit from the immediate father. So what happened to the 4th son? He should become famous literary figure also, just like the father. But what happened? The 4th son became what? Murderer. Big problem. He became what? Murderer, killer. Why? Why? So it is because the researcher found out that this person, even though he's a good person, but he has a very bad relationship with the wife. Always fight with the wife, no? Wife, like a nagger, and then finally they fight each other, even in front of their children. So this 4th son, who is very close to the father, became emotionally unstable. So he himself has some kind of a resentment and anger in his heart. So when he goes out of the house, when somebody try to just do something not good to him, he already easily become angry, and then finally he was able to kill somebody and became a murderer. You see, from this we can say that if there is no good relationship between husband and wife, all the problems in the vertical line of inheritance from evil ancestor, all the evil things, bad things from ancestor can go to your children. So is husband and wife relationship very important? Yes, this is very, very important. We have to build good husband and wife relationship so that only good fortune go to our children, and the bad fortune from ancestors will not go to the children. Okay, so let's go now to good ancestor. Example of good ancestor here. So this is the Miyazaki family lineage. So this is Miyazaki, who is the secretary of an ancestral temple. He's in charge of burial of people. And then this person is a good person. If somebody died, no, and then the relatives are very poor, then he take responsibility, and then just even bury this person even at his own expense to help the relatives who are poor. And in Japan, they burn the ashes of the dead. They call this cremation. So he just do the cremation by himself and spend for it and send the ashes back to the relatives. So he's really a good person doing public service. He's a good man. This is a Miyazaki person. So based on vertical and horizontal law, this good person, this first son here, is to inherit from the good ancestor, right? So he became what? Good organizer of information materials in a printing business, which is a secretarial skill. So he inherit the secretarial skill of the good ancestor. However, this person committed adulterous relationship with another woman, and so wife also not good relationship with each other. So this son, the only son, is supposed to inherit from the father. So what happened? This son became good in organizing and systematizing videotapes. But because there is no good relationship between Papa and Mama, no, he is very good in secretarial works, but he applied it in a bad way. He's very good in organizing and systematizing videotapes, but he's doing what? Pornographic tapes. And then this person, once he had a relationship with a woman, what he did, he killed his girlfriend,
everybody.
and even after killing, she burned the girlfriend's body and sent the ashes of the girlfriend back to the parents of the victim, no, to the parents of his girlfriend. Oh my goodness! This person became murderer. This person sent the ashes of a dead person back to the family. Exactly what the good ancestor is doing, right? Is also sending the ashes back to the relatives, but this is for public service in a good way. But this guy, descendants, also burning the dead, but he is the one who killed. Oh my goodness. You see, what is our lesson here? Even though we have good ancestors, but if husband and wife relationship is not good, children will inherit this leadership capability, this kind of talent or skills from ancestors, but they will use these talents and abilities for bad works. So is husband and wife relationship important? Yes. We, the young people, should really build a good family so that, with a good husband and wife relationship, so that we can build a good family. So there are abnormal cases in families that became the cause of suffering and misfortune. In over 10,000 families studied by this writer, he found out this important discovery. Case number 1, divorced and remarried. So in the first generation, this person divorced with the wife, and then this husband married again. This is the first generation. So what happened? They have children. You can see here in the second generation, you can see here children. no problem with second generation, right? In second generation. But when it reaches the third generation, you can see already problems. The eldest son in this lineage, early death. Early death means dying before reaching the age of 40, either by accident, by diseases, or any other cause. This person also, another son here, early death. That's the misfortune. And then, fourth generation, only one son is left after 4 generations to start a new lineage. So, meaning, once the ancestors do some bad things, and if they don't pay for those sins, then their descendants will pay for it, and their descendants will suffer. So, broken family brings bad karma to descendants for at least 3 generations. Let's see. Case number 2, mistress with illegitimate child. So this is the wife, the rightful wife, this is the husband. However, this person had an adulterous relationship with another woman. So he lost his father's position. So what happened here? Second generation, oh my goodness, you can already see the eldest son experienced early death. And then third generation, the girls in this lineage became single parent. They were pregnant, and then boyfriend ran away, and finally they became single parent, or even get married and that divorce. Finally, what happened here is that fourth generation, only one son is left to start a new beginning. So if this person also does not know that does not build a good family, he also tried to live naturally, like what the society is doing, divorce here and there, not good husband-wife relationship, then this kind of problem will continue from generation to generation without end. But if this young person attend our seminar and realize that, oh, we need to build, I need to build ideal family so that I can stop the suffering and misfortune in my lineage. So when he thinks like this and eventually decide to build a good family, then he can stop all the misfortune and all the problem in this lineage, and he can start a new beginning as a new good family. So case number 3, parents not legally married. First generation, we can see here, this person lost the father's position because she has an adulterous relationship with another woman. And then what happened? This adulterous relationship, they have children. And then in this second generation, third generation, you can see one woman descendant became unmarried mother. Unmarried mother. And the boyfriend ran away. And then another one become her misfortune is to be a widow. She married, and then after she married, after 1 year, husband died. And then marry again, after another year, husband die again. I know of this kind of a woman. He had 4 husbands because always 3 husbands die. This is dangerous woman. When you marry this kind of woman, you are really unlucky. You will die. This kind of misfortune. So another thing is, this person, the only son in this lineage, also experienced early death. So finally, this is the misfortune for descendants if ancestors are not living a good husband and wife relationship, that kind of life. Case number 4, married to a woman with illegitimate child. So in the first generation, we can see here, they get married, husband and wife. However, the husband decided to go somewhere and work, like go to Saudi Arabia maybe, or in the Middle East, and they work because they need to save money. So, but the woman had a bad relationship with another man. And when this husband came back, already baby appeared. Oh my goodness. But even though baby appeared like this, the husband forgive the wife. The husband forgive the wife and accepted even the son here as his own son. He loved this son as if it is his own son. So there is what? Forgiveness. No resentment. So what happened? Because of this, they have a good relationship. They forgive each other, love each other. And finally, and 4th generation, you can see the descendants, one became entrepreneur, one became doctor, one became financial controller, one became professor. So even though an illegitimate child come out here, but generally, most of the descendants became successful. So therefore, even though we commit mistake in our life, but if we have forgiveness, if we don't have resentment, but only love each other, forgive each other, then we still can develop. Our descendants can still prosper and develop. So here we have case number 5, separation due to extramarital affairs. So there is this husband and wife, they separated because husband has so many women, so many foreign affairs. What the husband? What happened? Second generation, already the misfortune of the children when they get married, they will separate. And then third generation, early death. You can see here, early death. And then the only son in this lineage became autistic, has come of a mental problem. And then fourth generation, we can see the only son in this lineage has schizophrenia or a double personality problem. This is also a mental issue problem. And then one son here, only son in this lineage became paralyzed. My goodness. Only one son is left to start a new beginning. If this person decide to build God-centered ideal family because he was able to attend our workshop, decide to build a good family, then he can start a new beginning in his lineage and can give good fortune to the next generation. But if he does not know about that and he just live naturally and also commit the same mistake as his own ancestor, what will happen? This problem of misfortune and suffering in the descendants will continue from generation to generation. So our conclusion here, my dear brothers and sisters, adultery, separation and divorce results in resentment and hatred. Family fortune declines and lineage become extinct. So if there is resentful 3 generations of resentful husband and wife relationship, family fortune will deteriorate. So even though you are rich now, you have a good life now, but if your children and your descendants will have not so good husband and wife relationship, then your family fortune will deteriorate. But even though we are poor now, right? Poor, but we love each other as husband and wife. We guide our children to also build good families and love each other. If there are like 3 generations of loving husband and wife relationship, family fortune will go up and all of us will prosper. And if our families will prosper, our nation will also prosper. Aju? So look at these former prime ministers of Japan, Kaifu, who became prime minister in 1989. What about Kaifu family tree? Look at that. 12 generations, no divorce. Wow. So what happened? 12 generations, no divorce. One became president of one big broadcasting company, NHK. One became secretary of that big company, Tokyo University professor, lawyer, doctor, diplomat, car company owner, secretary of a big company. And this is Kaifu, who became Prime Minister of Japan. Wow. So what is our conclusion? If we can build good family up to the 3rd generation and even to the 4th, 3rd generation, we can build good families. Our fortune in the family will only develop and prosper. If we do that, our country will also prosper. Therefore, if we build good families now, we will build a better nation. We will save our nation. The young people are indeed the hope of our nation by building good families, God-centered families, no matter what religion you came from. Thank you very much. At this point, we will be having a break, and let's prepare for part 2 of this presentation. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you learned many things. Thank you.
Once
again, give a round of applause to our dynamic international lecturer, Dr. Edgar Titanate, for his wonderful presentation on the family tree and the blessing to the family. So how important is the family? And if our family is moral family, ideal family, then we can build the ideal society, ideal nation, and ideal world. What a wonderful presentation. We will surely hear the part 2 of this presentation. But before that, we are going to have a break with the wonderful song. So we have today very special song from our David McLachlan sir. He dedicated this song especially for his wife on his wedding anniversary. It's very interesting song. So I like to request our technical, and please give a round of applause to our very respected David McLachlan sir for his special song.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Love and make it take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you.
This song is about love, spelled L-O-V-E. This is what everybody needs, deeply wants, but we get it through giving. L-O-V-E.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you.
Wow, amazing. Thank
What
you.
a wonderful song. Love.
Very nice.
Very nice. Once again, give a round of applause to our Dr. David McLachlan sir for your very wonderful song on the love. We love you, L-O-V-E, love. So wonderful. Thank you very much. So it's time. I like to request all our distinguished participants, if you have any question about the presentation on family tree and blessing of the family, please write down your question in the chat group. You can write down in your question in the chat group, and we will have question answer session. And that time we will give only from the chat because of some technical issue. So we like to request everyone, please write your question in the chat and we will surely answer to your question. Thank you very much. So now we'll march forward for the part 2 of the family tree and the blessing of family lecture. So once again, without much delay, I'd like to welcome here our dynamic international lecturer,
Again.
Dr. Edgar Titanate, for his last presentation on today's workshop topic, family tree and the blessing of family. Once again, give a round of applause to our Dr. Pratana natin.
Good morning again. Once again, everyone, thank you so much. So let's go now to the part 2 of our presentation on the family tree and the marriage blessing. So let me share my screen to everyone. Yes. So can you see my screen? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this must be right. Okay, so a while ago, we had discussed the importance of the family, that if we can build a good family where we have good relationship between husband and wife, then we can really establish a family where even our children can be raised up to become better member or citizen of the nation, and we can give good fortune to our children. We can stop the misfortune that comes from our ancestors, evil ancestors, to go to our children, and we can really contribute to the building of a world of lasting peace, isn't it? So, if you try to check all matter in the universe, follow what we call physico-chemical law. They follow, like, for example, like charges repel, unlike charges attract. Whether you like it or not, it will happen, right? It is a universal law. It is the law that governs all matter, and we learn that from science, isn't it? Also, all plants and animals in this world follow biological law, right? Biological law, we also learned that from science. However, in the case of men, my dear brothers and sisters, we follow the law of love. And that we learned that from the religion and the philosophy, right? Law of love is what governs human beings. So let's check about love. Love actually is more precious than life, isn't it? Love is more precious than life. So, but once it is violated, once we use love for selfish motive, then it can be the cause of misfortune and suffering. So we have to be careful, because the strongest power, the strongest force in the universe is nuclear force, nuclear power. You see? If you use it for something good, like to provide electricity, isn't it? Provide electricity through the nuclear power plants, and use it only for peaceful and for purposes of goodness for humankind, it's really very, very helpful to all of us. But if you use the nuclear force, make nuclear bombs and bomb your enemy, here and there, use it to destroy other people, destroy enemies. My goodness, it is really very, very destructive force. According to scientists, now, if there will be a nuclear war, it can destroy the earth 14 times over. So we have to really know, just like nuclear power is the most destructive, most powerful external force in the universe. But the most powerful internal force in the universe is the power of love. So we should really use this love in a proper way. That is what our founder, Father San Myung Moon, has been teaching all the young people around the world. So he explained, Father Moon explained the reality of what happened in the world. So when the first man and woman came to this earth, what happened? They were called Adam and Eve in the Bible and in the Quran. Then, according to that story, the first man and woman did not establish an ideal family, did not establish a good family. They violated the commandments of the Creator, and eventually they had children. They established a family not centered on goodness. And so, according to the story, the elder brother killed the younger brother. So the first family on this earth, the first family of humankind, actually kill each other. That is the story. And then finally, this problematic family multiplied and became problematic society, problematic nation, fallen world. And then this is the reality of the world we are living in today. So many problems, so many suffering, and misfortune, because the first family did not build a good family. It became a problematic family. So the first family lived for the sake of themselves, lived for their own happiness. They did not live for the sake of others. This is really a sad story. And so now, our founder, Father Moon, try to solve this problem. If we can solve the issue of family, brothers and sisters, we can solve all the problems in the world today. So, Father Moon's mission is to guide people to build good families, no matter what religion you came from. Goodness means living for the sake of others. Husband sacrifice for the wife, wife sacrifice for the husband, parents sacrifice for the children, children sacrifice for the parents, brothers and sisters sacrifice for each other, and centered on goodness, centered on God, build a God-centered, peaceful family. And then we can multiply to build good society. No? If you and me also decide to build good families, and then we come together, we can build a good nation. And then what? Good or ideal world. Finally, world peace and true happiness can be experienced by all people, not only Hindu, not only Buddhist, not only Christians, but all religions and all people can be happy through the establishment of good families. And we know that it can be done if we practice the 5 principles of peace. You remember 5 principles of peace? What is the first principle? First principle of peace, believe in God. Believe in the Creator. There is a Creator for everybody, no matter what religion you came from. Next, number 2, if you believe in the Creator, you have to practice the teachings of your particular religion, becoming a good person. Becoming a good person, which means you have to live in accordance with your conscience. Live in accordance with the words that you learn, no, from your religion. Becoming a good person. Next, number 3, what? After becoming a good person, you have to multiply the goodness that you have by building good families. Building good families. And then, after we build good families, what is next? What is next? Build good families, live for the sake of others, and help build a good society, a good nation, and a good world. And number 5, what is number 5? We have to promote interreligious and international cooperation. If we follow these 5 principles of peace being taught by the founder of Universal Peace Federation, then we can build for sure, without fail, an ideal family, ideal society, peaceful nation, peaceful world, where everybody can truly be happy. Yes, this is our goal also as young people, right? So, let us now consider what Father and Mother Moon did in order to promote the ideals of the family. Let's look. Father and Mother Moon themselves build their own family. This is their picture with a cute grandchild. As you can see, this is the family of Father and Mother Moon. They have 14 children. Oh my goodness. And then they have what? 45 grandchildren, and continue to multiply up until now. So many, right? So this model of a good family, God-centered family, established by the founder. And then in 1960, Father Moon blessed in marriage what we call the 36 couples. All of these 36 couples, they decide, we will end the tradition of suffering and misfortune in my family tree by getting married, centered on God, following the 5 principles of peace, and help build a good society, a good nation, and a good world. So we have now the 36 couples who really decide to follow the model set by Father Moon and Mother Moon through a marriage blessing in 1960. So these 36 couples multiplied and become 124 couples, meaning a blessing of 124 couples who also decide to build good families, even though they come from different religions, in order that they can end the misfortune and the suffering in their family tree, and also contribute to world peace by establishing good family and then good society good nation, and good world. Now, let me ask you, my dear young people, is 124 couple plus 36 couple enough to build an ideal society? So first, right, in order to build a world of lasting peace, start with good family, right? Good family, isn't it? First, good person, and then good man, good woman getting married, building good family. And after good family, what is next? Maybe good society. So is 124 couple joined in marriage can build an ideal society? My goodness, maybe not enough. So if not enough, shall this kind of marriage, this kind of marriage blessing continue to multiply in number, or it's enough? What do you think? So I think no, we need to really make it more, right? Isn't it? More. So in 1968, it became 430 couple marriage blessing. 1968. All of these people decide we will build God-centered family, good families that will really raise up good children and will end the tradition of misfortune and suffering, no, in my lineage. Ooh. So 430 couples, enough to build good society? Yeah, that's why it became what? 777 couple in 1969. Whoa. And then became 1,800 couple marriage blessing in 1972. This time, this covers the different nations of the world. Many nations joined this blessing already. This became an international marriage blessing. In 1982, it became 6,000 couple marriage blessing. And then in 1992, it became what? 30,000 couples from 131 nations of the world. Yes. So this time, I joined. No, I joined this blessing together with my partner, with my wife. No, so you can see we are somewhere here. Can you see me? Somewhere here. Very small, 30,000 couples. So do you think it's enough to build a good, an ideal society? Wow, maybe not yet, right? 30,000 couples. And then finally, it should continue to multiply, isn't it? So you look, this is me and my wife. My wife is really beautiful. You can see she's from Japan. Our founder wants that the nations that fight each other during the World War should what? Should reconcile by getting married. So enemies should get married. So when they get married, their children will become the symbol of the unity of two nations who actually fought during the World War or during the wars. So anyway, Philippines and Japan were enemy nations. So we get married so that our children will contribute to the coming together of Philippines and Japan. Yes. Anyway, it's an international marriage. How about you, young people? Huh? You're listening here today. Do you want to contribute to the establishment of what? Lasting peace by uniting different nations? Yeah, I think you have to marry somebody from another nation, right? Isn't it? Anyway, so this is the marriage blessing of how many couples here? As you can see, 360,000 couples. Marriage blessing in the Olympic Stadium. So 360,000 couple cannot fit in this stadium. I think only 160,000 no, can fit here. So actually others who cannot come here, they via satellite just connect the video via satellite, and they join this 360,000 couple blessing in their nations. And then they just get the satellite feed and join together with these couples here in Korea, in the Olympic Stadium in Korea, together. And all together around the world, 360,000 couples join this blessing. So you can see hope already, my dear brothers and sisters. Is there hope that we can build a peaceful world and a wonderful world where everybody can be happy through the blessing? That's why young people like you and me are really the hope of this world, right? So we people who join this blessing, we don't smoke, we don't drink, we don't gamble, we don't womanize, no? Only one wife like this. We don't take drugs. You see, this is basic. No, we have to really what? become a good husband or a good wife, and so that we can give good example and be the model for our children. So this is by following the 5 principles of peace. All of these 360,000 couples decide to build God-centered ideal families and contribute to the establishment of a world of lasting peace. Yeah. So this is the 40 million couple marriage blessing in the Olympic Stadium in 1997. This is also the World Peace Marriage Blessing Ceremony of 210 couples from 135 nations of the world at the United Nations headquarters in New York, in the United States of America, January 27, 2001. This became a like special project with the United Nations to really, they get married here. As you can see, they wear their traditional costume, their national costume representing their nations. And then they make a declaration. This marriage blessing is a declaration to the world. We will contribute to build a world of lasting peace through God-centered ideal families. As you can see here, Father and Mother Moon officiating their marriage. Look at that. This is Father and Mother Moon wearing the traditional Korean costume. These other couples wearing their traditional costume as well. They join the blessing here. And this behind Reverend Mrs. Moon, Father Moon, and Mother Moon are the religious leaders coming from different religions of the world. They support this kind of marriage blessing of 135 couples at the United Nations building in America. Wow. So we also have the marriage blessing ceremony for religious leaders in New York. This time, Christian ministers, Hindu leaders, and Christian leaders, and even clergy from different religions, even these different religious leaders come together. They bring their spouses, and they decide we will contribute to world peace. Even members of our congregation, members of our religion, we will also let them join the blessing like this, so that we can build God-centered ideal families. So couples from different religions come together in order to celebrate marriage as a way to promote world peace. Yes, amazing, right? So this is the interreligious marriage blessing ceremony in Washington, D.C. Well, many religious leaders decided to support this event and really promote world peace. This is one archbishop from the Catholic Church. He also joined the blessing with his wife. He is a priest, and finally decided to really support this blessing. This is another archbishop, a Christian minister who was blessed with a Japanese wife, and eventually you can see they have 2 cute and really beautiful children. They really joined this marriage blessing and support this marriage blessing. So in the Philippines, let me show you, in my country, Philippines, when Father Moon and Mother Moon came to the Philippines in 2005, they were welcomed by the President of the Philippines, current President of the Philippines, welcoming them in order to really promote world peace. And they officiated the blessing, the marriage blessing, in the Manila Hotel. So Senator Tata and his wife, Senator and Member of Parliament, Congressman Dominguez, joined this blessing together with all other VIPs inside this Manila Hotel. Then we also conducted the Interfaith Peace Blessing Festival in Manila, gathering 13,000 people to join this marriage blessing. And then, as you can see, religious leaders from different faith traditions, from Christianity, Hindu, Sikhism, Islam, Buddhism, even Hindu, and many other religious leaders come together to give their blessing to the couples. 13,000 people joined this blessing in the Philippines at one time. So in 2015, we even gathered 150,000 people in Marikina City to join this blessing. And this is how much we would like to really guide many people to build good families. so that they can really build a world of lasting peace. In Thailand, a Buddhist nation, we have the Interfaith Peace Blessing Festival. 650 couples join this blessing in Thailand. As you can see here, another 400 couples join in this certain district in Thailand. And then even the head of the Buddhist temple, even give his blessing, his support to these couples. And even the Buddhist Muslim leader in Thailand also give his blessing and the support for these couples. What a wonderful way, the religious leaders coming together to support this blessing. In Malaysia, a Muslim nation, we also conducted this tribal Messiah blessing ceremony in Malaysia. These are members of parliament from Malaysia. They brought their wives and together joined the blessing. As you can see, they even went to America in Las Vegas, at Father and Mother Moon's residence, and brought their wife, and really joined and support this event of blessing of families. In Indonesia, the largest Muslim nation in the world, you can see here 5 representative couples, and they joined this special marriage blessing in Manado in Indonesia. In Cambodia, we also have these couples joining the marriage blessing ceremony. As you can see, how beautiful, how wonderful it is. In Singapore, we also have the Multicultural Family Peace Blessing Festival. In Singapore, these are couples joining the blessing and promoting the ideals of the family for peace. In India, wow, look at India. In India, Father Moon had the first time, went to India 1965 as part of his world tour. And then VIPs listen to Father Moon as he explains about establishing peace through good families. Even when Mother Moon visited India, her 5th visit in 2006, he met with the President of India, His Excellency Dr. Abdul Kalam, which gave birth to the above Peace King book. Yeah, so we have this kind of even the levels of the presidents and prime ministers, heads of states, welcoming our Mother Moon and Father Moon, most especially in India. So in India also, we conducted the Multicultural Family Peace Blessing Festival in Sikkim. So many couples, VIP couples, who are very influential in Sikkim, in India, joined this blessing. Look at that. So even they were, it was reported in the front page of Sikkim Reporter, a newspaper, right? Multicultural Family Peace Blessing Festival held in India. So you can see Sikkim Express also published about the importance of family in this kind of function to really contribute to a world of lasting peace. And Nepal, look at that. We have the Family Festival in Kathmandu, gathering 70,000 people to join this festival in Kathmandu with the different religious leaders offering their support and prayer to this and the blessing to these couples. Wow, how amazing it is, right? And then this religion in Nepal, different religion, Hinduism, Buddhism, different religions, even Christianity, support this blessing and even offer their congratulations. So this is our leader, Continental Director at the time, Dr. Yong, officiating on behalf of Father Moon and Mother Moon. So we also have in the villages in Nepal, like 442 couples attended this blessing ceremony. Isn't it beautiful? These couples really promote the ideals of the family. Even the education minister couple attending this blessing. In Kathmandu, Nepal, wow, you can see how beautiful this is. The speaker who gives them encouragement and support and inspiration is even the Prime Minister, Chan, addressing the audience. You can see even the Prime Minister of Nepal really support and give their blessing to these couples. How wonderful it is, right? Our top leaders support this blessing. Different religious leaders support this marriage blessing. And many, many couples, they're really very happy to join this blessing because once they have a good relationship with their wife, they can have good relationship in the family. Then their children grow up to become very good citizens of the nation. And eventually they also become good leaders in the future. How wonderful, how happy it is when all the families can be happy. No matter what religion you came from, all of us are happy because of true love practiced in the family. In fact, in Sri Lanka, a total of 28 members of parliament joined this marriage blessing. In Thailand, in 2016. You can see these members of parliament joining this marriage blessing. So I'm very grateful that this kind of project can be done from the highest level to the lowest level in the villages. So we, as the young people of South Asia, we are the hope of South Asia. We have the hope. We are the hope of our nation. We have to really do our best and join our efforts together to really build good families, no matter what religion we came from. We have to go beyond our religion and unite our nation, unite the whole world, unite all religions, and eventually all people in the world will really be true brothers and sisters. Here in South Asia, let us take this great lead in promoting world peace through God-centered ideal family. So the international marriage blessing can unite the different nations of the world. It can unite all the races of the world. It can unite all religions in the aspect of the family. It can unite the different cultures of the world. It can solve immorality, misfortune, and suffering among the family tree of our ancestors in our lineage. We can build one world family under Heavenly Parent, our Creator. All of us, my dear brothers and sisters, let us all build ideal families and contribute to the building of a world of lasting peace, which is the long-time dream of God and man. Everybody, we have the capacity as the young people to really do this and accomplish this. So the young people are indeed the hope of our nation. We, the young people, will indeed change our nation and change the world to make it a better world for everybody. How wonderful it is. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. I hope you can join more of our future activities. One follow-up for this event is that if you can possibly attend the Asia Pacific Leadership Conference, the details of this will be given by our leaders. And finally, if you want to know the details, how you can join this marriage blessing in order that we can work together and make a better future for our nation, please contact your leaders in your nations. All young people of today, thank you very much for listening. Thank you so much.
We have here Sri Krishna Adhikari, the National President of FFWPU India and the Secretary General of Universal Peace Federation of India, who is going to give the very special presentation as a closing remarks for today's special workshop. So without much delay, give a round of applause to our very energetic leader from India, our National President of FFWPU India, Sri Krishna Adhikari ji, for his wonderful presentation.
Thank you, Virendra, and then namaste to everyone, the leaders and brothers and sisters from all over South Asia. I am so happy to see you all again I hope you all are doing well. Some of you must be, I think, new, but some of you are from the last 2 times one-day seminar. So it's my great pleasure to meet you again, to give these closing remarks, and I'm honored to be your speaker in this evening. So here I like to, as usual, I like to give a closing remarks with a short takeaway presentation to you. As you all are attending this Youth for Peace and Family 2-day workshop on the theme, the family is a school of love and peace. My closing remarks will be based on the takeaway topic, ideal marriage is the path to happiness and peace. It was great pleasure to listen from Dr. Edgar Tanate from Philippines, who highlighted the importance of our ancestors' life in impacting the life of our current generation on, when we are alive. So based on that topic, following the family tree and the importance of our ancestors' background, I like to share with you what is the importance of the ideal marriage and build a path to peace and happiness. When we talk about, because our workshop was on the theme, the family as a school of love and peace. What is the origin of the family? Family is built from this origin. We call marriage, and in Hindi, mostly in South Asia, Shadi Vivaha. So this is the origin of the family. From here, we start building our family. But what about the situation of marriages now? If you look at the world, the marriage is in total crisis. And if you look at our life has 3 phases, and life has 3 most important events. What are the 3 phases of life and 3 most important events of our life? If you look at number 1, we celebrate our birthday. Birth anniversary is the most important event of our life. And for this, we pass on the 9th month of our life in the mother's womb. Before coming to this earth, we prepare in the mother's womb and come to life on earth. So our 1 phase of life is in the womb of a mother as a preparation for earth. And then the first most important event of our life takes place, that is birth. That is a birth. What about the second? We grow up, become young person on earth. If we do not prepare well in mother's womb, we cannot live our life well on earth. Mother's womb, we don't need mouth. Mother's womb, we don't need nose. Mother's womb, we don't need any of our organs to eat or to breathe. But this all we need on earth. So for earth, we prepare in mother's womb, 1 phase of life. Then comes first event of our life, that is birth. And second, we are on earth and we are growing up for where we do prepare. We prepare to go somewhere, but where? Before we go, another most important event of our life takes place, that is marriage. We celebrate marriage anniversary, birth anniversary, and marriage anniversary. After we finish our life on earth, we prepare well in our marriages. Then we prepare for our spirit world, the 3rd stage of our life. So birth to death, womb to tomb is our lifetime. But this lifetime, we cannot live without a partner. The most important event of our life, birth anniversary, death anniversary, and marriage anniversary. So among these 3 events, which of the event do we have the control? Honestly, none of the event we have control over. Birth, you cannot choose where to born. Death, you cannot decide when to die. Marriage, you definitely cannot decide, actually. But the mistake in this world is we think we are the controller of our marriages. It is absolutely wrong. It is very widely said, marriages are made in heaven. Marriages are made in heaven. So if marriages are made in heaven, so we have to live and follow the heaven's wish for our marriage. So none of the event we have the control over. For the birth, parents prepare. For the marriage, we can prepare. We have an option to prepare. I can prepare. I can invest myself in preparation. That is what is the workshop for you. So even our highest value of our life comes from the marriage actually. We receive true love. We experience love and realize from marriage. We give birth to life from marriage. Without a marriages, if somebody gives birth to life, it becomes the illegitimate child. That child will be a question mark in the society. Marriages gives way for us to realize the highest value of our life. Love, life, and the lineage. We become proud of our lineage. If your father is some very high level person, you become proud of thinking of your lineage. Marriages gives love, life, and lineage. These are the three important things come from the marriage. But unfortunately, our marriages is facing the most difficult time of human history. Even though every religion celebrates marriage as the most common ritual. You know, Hindu has Deepavali, Muslim doesn't have. Christian has a Christmas, Hindu doesn't have. Islam have a Bakrid, Eid festival. Hindu doesn't have Eid. But family building, family marriage, every religious people go through the marriage ceremony. Marriage ceremony is the only common ritual of every religion. Every religion celebrate marriage. But this marriage is now on a question mark. Again, I am repeating. Marriage is in a total chaos and crisis. The very religion which actually officiate our marriage is in a challenge now. Faith community challenge. Religious leaders are in the prison. Church have a scandal. Temple, mosque, everywhere we are in problem because people do not like to make a marriage relation, but they want to make a husband and wife relation, which is only eligible in the marriage relation. So marriage is facing a total chaos. Recently, last presentation also I said, even the marriage of the richest man on earth, until recently, Bill Gates got collapsed. So what is the purpose of marriage? Now the takeaway for you from the words of our own Mother Moon, the founder of UPF, she said, we marry in order to resemble God, to become like a God. God exists in a dual character of man and woman. So thus husband and wife together are reflection of God's original image and nature. So we marry to become like God, like Allah, like the creator of this universe. And then every religion, if you look at, that's why marriages makes us what? Marriages makes 2 into 1. That is what is marriage. हिंदी में हम कहते हैं दो जिस्म एक जान. That is what we become. दो जिस्म एक जान. 2 person become 1. That is what is a marriage. If 2 person becomes 1 means what husband thinks, wife should think the same thing. What husband talk, wife should talk the same thing. Husband and wife, no difference, must become 1. Then there comes peace. Then we can be like a God. We can become, even our children say in Hinduism very famously, this is worshipped as Ardhanareshwara, means God is half female and half male. That is what is Shiva in Hinduism. And that's why all God in Hinduism religion are with both male and female, and all religion says this in the scriptures. Hinduism says, Krishna says, I am the father and the mother. How come Krishna was father and mother? Krishna was a man born in Mathura. But he said, I am both father and mother of the universe. He is saying God is the father and mother. Christianity says God created both man and woman in his image. It means God is the both male and female, but one. Even Islam says in Quran, have we not created you in pairs? हमने क्या तुमको पेयर में नहीं बनाया है? So everything is in the pair of male and female. Everything should, that's why, become perfect by going through the marriages and building a family. That is what is the center of this movement. That is where you were invited today by Mr. Edgar Tanate. Our foundation believes, not only believes, works, believing family as the center of the world peace built through the ideal marriages. So you can practice any kind of religion you want to practice, offering karma, guru, yoga, blah, 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 whatever. But you cannot separate family. You have to put family in the center. In the center. Family should be in the center of everything. That's why Father and Mother Moon inaugurated, opened the era, new era of marriage and family. So this is the era of not one religion. It is an era of building an ideal family through ideal marriages. That's why Father Muni started building a worldwide movement of interreligious celebration of marriages and family. Marriages and family. That's why you were invited today for the ideal marriages. So Mother Moon here in her book recently published, she says what? My husband and I bless the marriages of couples of all races, nations, religions, and provide the true family value education for the sake of creating families of true love. With true love, you can gladly give your life for your family. We have grown from a handful of members into a global movement. By what key? We have spread out teaching throughout the world, the power of true love. Reverend Edgar Tanate also said, true love is the most powerful thing. How did God bring this to pass? The key is the salvation of marriage. Marriage needs the salvation. Marriage needs protection. Marriage needs treatment. If anyone is married person here, look at your life. How many times you fight in a day with your wife in front of your child? So marriages need the salvation. The oneness of husband and wife made in the image of God. That's why further our Mother Moon says, because of the discord, the fighting between husband and wife, look at the image. Because of the fighting between husband and wife is the main reason of our world cannot be at peace. This is the main reason. There are 7.7 billion people on earth today, but the creation of peace really depends upon two people, one man and one woman. That is husband and wife. People enter into a various type of relationship and encounter different kinds of problems. But the root of all the problem is the same, the flawed relationship between man and woman. Peace will come when two people, man and woman, trust and love each other. If man and woman can fulfill their mutual responsibility to trust and love each other, the world will become the happy place we all wish it to be. That's why Mother Moon says, I am saying that each person's happiness depends on his or her ability to achieve peace in their marriage and family. When true parents, true spouse, and true children form a peaceful family, happiness flows naturally. That is the way. So Mother Moon, Father Moon are the true savior of saving the marriages of the all people on earth. Everywhere. You look at your wife is chasing the husband with the broom. My goodness. I don't know how many husbands have faced this in the home. This is a reality we cannot avoid. And in fact, if you look at the joke, the laughing stock of the world, the most joke-making relationship is husband-wife relationship. You go look at the joking world. How many jokes you will find making this relationship a mockery? And in front of children, husband and wife fighting, what the children will learn there? Husband and wife. Parents tell children not to fight, but they fight in front of their own children. How can they expect even children not to fight? Who can solve this problem? No, none other than Dr. Sun Myung Moon and Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon. That's why they began this movement already. Reverend Edgar Thanate said to you, they started their own ideal marriage in 1960. With their marriages, they began giving the mass marriage blessings to the people all over the world, inviting all religions together. And it expanded throughout the world, even at the United Nations. Reverend Edgar Thanate already explained to you. And then every nation he already showed. India, Nepal, every nation he already showed to you. And the most important is, even India, we have been doing with all religions together. Most important is this one. For the young people who are here today, this is for you. We officiate the special mass marriage for the young people who are not yet married and want to be married through the Ideal Marriages program. This is a 2012 blessing marriage, ideal marriage ceremony. And look at somewhere here. Can you see somebody? This somebody is this one. When Dr. Sun Myung Moon was still alive. And people, when we do this mass marriage, we wear the dress, look like Christian. Jaisa desh, waisa besh. We went to Korea to marry, we wear the dress, people wear like that. We come back, we wear our own traditional dress and do the marriage again. And we invest ourselves to make ideal marriages. This is the way, this is where you are invited to make an ideal marriage. And as a leader of India, I have been encouraging so many young people from our country of India. You can see here, Indian marrying with, Russian, Japanese, Filipina, Thai. This is the way. This is and they build the ideal marriages like this. Can you believe this guy in the middle? She is a Russian Muslim and he is an Indian Hindu. Married and become ideal marriages. For world peace, this is the only way. So you all are even we are doing right now, even virtually, we are arranging the ideal marriages communications, making partners, and we have so many young people preparing. And are you also ready to become the next? If you are ready, you are most welcome. We want to change the world, we have to start from ourselves. You want to see the world changed? Be the change yourself first. Our father of the nation said. It is easy to say, but hard to do. So do it first before talking. Action speaks louder than words. So by your action, be the change you want to see in the world. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again. I hope I did not speak long. Of course, maybe little long, but not too long. I hope it was okay. Thank you very much. Take away to you ideal marriages for you. All the best.